All right, okay. Hi. Jackie and I are here today to talk about three different things, three areas of reading and writing and spelling that she wants to work on, and thankfully she's working with me. I'm really happy about that. But the first one we're going to talk about today is prosody, and something we discussed a little bit yesterday when we were working together. Jackie, do you remember what prosody, the definition of prosody is?
No.
No, okay. Prosody is, and again, it's kind of an unusual word and not something we use like when we're sitting with our girlfriends at lunch. We don't talk about prosody, but it is how we use our voices to have expression and inflection when we're reading out loud. Okay, so an example of, if I read a sentence like this, I'll give you an example of prosody, when you use prosody and when you don't. So if I were to use prosody in a sentence, I would say, here, let me read one sentence to you, and I'll read it two different ways so you can see a difference. Once there was a pencil, a lonely little pencil, and nothing else. Now, do you think I used prosody when I read that?
Yes.
Yes.
You used expression.
I did use expression, didn't I? Now, here's a sentence read without prosody. Once there was a pencil, a lonely little pencil, and nothing else. It lay there, which was nowhere in particular for a long, long time.
It seems bored.
It sounds boring, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's why it's important. If actors read without prosody, no one would want to watch movies because it would just sound like they were reading the dictionary. So we're going to practice, we're going to do a warm-up read first, and then we're going to practice a Reader's Theater script that I picked out for Jackie and I to practice together, and we each have several parts. But first we're going to do a warm-up read. This is one of my favorite books, The Pencil, by Alan Alberg and Bruce Ingman. And I'm going to read and model it for you, Jackie, so you can hear it read with prosody. And we're also going to look for words that we can add to our glossary, our teen glossary that we created yesterday, that we might not know, that we can add so we can use those in our writing. So the book is called The Pencil, and I'll start right here. The pencil drew a boy. What's my name? Said the boy. Banjo, said the pencil. Good, said Banjo. Draw me a dog. Okay, do you know what a banjo is?
No.
A banjo is an instrument that they play like bluegrass. It's got, I think, 12 strings, and they go ding, 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 and you hear it down south a lot. That's a banjo. But for our purposes, he named the boy Banjo. I don't know why, because he's a pencil. I guess pencils do that. The pencil drew a dog. What's my name? Barked the dog. Bruce, said the pencil. Excellent, said Bruce. Draw me a cat. The pencil hesitated. Please, said Bruce. So then the pencil drew a cat named Mildred, and Bruce, of course, chased Mildred. Why do you think Bruce chased Mildred?
Because dogs don't like cats.
That's correct, exactly. And Banjo chased Bruce, round and round the house, which the pencil drew, up and down the road, which the pencil drew, and in and out of the park, which the pencil drew. They ran around for a long, long time, getting hot and bothered, tired and grumpy and hungry. Just stop me if there's a word that you don't recognize, and we'll define it and write it down. Draw me an apple, said Banjo. Draw me a bone, barked Bruce. Ruff, ruff. Draw me a mouse, meowed Mildred. No, said the pencil, no mouse. All right, cat food then, meowed Mildred. Only then. We can't eat this. Apple, yelled Banjo. Bone, barked Bruce. Cat food, meowed Mildred. It's black and white. The pencil hesitated, frowned, looked thoughtful for a while, and drew. So do you see what's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you think's happening here.
So like the boy is asking the pencil if he can draw food for the animals.
Right.
And then an apple.
Mm-hmm. For
And-
him, yeah.
And then the pencil said no because it's black and white.
Right, and how can you draw an apple in black and white? I mean, he did, but it doesn't look like an apple you'd want to eat, right?
No.
Yeah. So the pencil hesitated, frowned, looked thoughtful for a while, and drew a paintbrush. What's my name, said the paintbrush. Kitty, said the pencil. Splendid, said Kitty. How can I help? After that, Kitty painted the apple and the bone and the cat food. She painted Banjo and Bruce, but not Mildred. Mildred was a black and white cat anyway. She painted the house and the road and the park. What next? Cried the now cheerful and excited pencil. Anything, yelled Kitty. She was excited too. You draw and I'll color it. So they did. Banjo got a little sister named Elsie, and a mom and dad named Mr. and Mrs., some grandmas and grandpas, 3 or 4 cousins, and an Uncle Charlie. Bruce got a friend, an Airedale named Polly, and a ball. An Airedale's a breed of dog, which you don't see very often around. What's my name, said the ball. Wait a second, did I pass one?
No.
No. Oh, an Airedale named Polly and a ball. What's my name, said the ball. Don't be silly, said the pencil. The ball made a sad face. All right then, Sebastian. So do you see how that T-I-A-N in there, that becomes a shun sound, just so you know before you read it. Sebastian. Sebastian. Chun, like the C-H-U-N sound, said the pencil. Then, all of a sudden, trouble. Banjo kicked Sebastian, into the air and broke a window. Polly ran off with Bruce's bone. What's my name, said the bone. One of Mildred's kittens, which she had just asked for, got stuck up a tree, and everybody was grumpy, starting to complain. This hat looks silly, said Mrs. My ears are too big, said Mr. I shouldn't be smoking a pipe, said a grandpa. Get rid of these ridiculous sneakers. How about that word? Do you know that word?
Ridiculous.
Do you know that? Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's stupid.
It's stupid, yeah. It's kind of silly. The pencil hesitated, frowned, looked worried for a while, quivered somewhat, and drew. How about quivered? Have you heard that word?
No.
Quivered is when you shake like that. You want to write that down in your glossary? Cue words are good to know. Right there. And cue words are interesting because they're mostly, do you want to write shake, shaky? That's what quivered is, when you tremble like that. It usually has to be followed by a U like that.
Like when I'm nervous?
Yeah, kind of like when you're nervous, you quiver, definitely. But they generally always have a U after them. That's just a weird rule with cues. There aren't any other letters that can follow it and make sense and make a sound that's right, because it's that weird qua sound. Okay, quivered somewhat and drew an eraser. Uh-oh. After that, the eraser, as you might expect, rubbed things out. Hats and ears and such. The pencil and the paintbrush drew and painted them again. Everybody was happy. Only then, more trouble. The eraser rubbed other things out. He was excited too. He rubbed the table out, and the chair out, and the rug out, and the front door out, and the house out. He rubbed the tree out, and the kitten, who was still up it, out, and the other kittens out, and the cousins and the grandmas and Uncle Charlie. Out, out, out. He rubbed the road out, and the park out, and the sky out. He rubbed everything, even Kitty, the paintbrush, out. Now once more, there was only the pencil, that lonely little pencil, and nothing else. The eraser kept on coming. The pencil drew a wall to stop him. The eraser rubbed it out. The pencil was pretty smart, I think. He drew a cage to keep him in. The eraser rubbed it out. He drew a river and some mountains with lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, the eraser rubbed them out. Then, when all seemed lost and there was absolutely no escape, that brave and clever little pencil quivered, there's that word again, somewhat, shivered. How about shivered? Have you heard that word? You know what that means?
Kind of.
Okay, tell me what you think it kind of means.
It's kind of like shaky.
It's shaky, exactly. You usually shiver when you're cold. If you're wet and cold,
Yeah.
you shiver. slightly and drew another eraser. How smart is this pencil? Okay. And what did these two erasers do? Their names were Ronald and Rodney, by the way. Yes, of course, as you will surely guess, they rubbed each other out. After that, of course, the pencil drew Banjo and Bruce, Mildred and all the others all over again. And Kitty, he drew her as well, colored them in. He put the sun back in the sky, the house back on the road, the kitten back up the tree, the grass back in the park, and a picnic, a lovely brand new picnic out on the grass. The picnic lasted for a long, long time. Banjo played soccer with Sebastian, and his little cousins. Banjo's dad tried eating a boiled egg named Billy, but it ran off. There goes Billy. A whole column of ants. What are our names, said the ants, came marching across the picnic cloth. Alice, Alvy, Abraham, Amy, Araminta, Alberic, Algernon, Anastasia. Finally, the sun went down. The eating and the games and the adventures stopped, and everybody and everything went home to bed. The pencil drew a moon in the sky and some darkening hills. And Kitty the paintbrush painted them, and he drew a snug little box with a cozy lining, and Kitty painted that. She painted him too. The end. Do you like that? Okay, so did you hear how I use my voice for emotion and to kind of communicate to the audience? Just like if you're watching a scary movie, if they put scary music in there, you know something scary is going to happen, right? And that's the way you use your voice to read. So, you want to try a little bit? Try a couple pages and then we'll read our Lion with a Bad Breath script.
Don't forget that I have yoga today.
Okay, don't worry, we'll get to it. No problem.
The pencil drew a boy. What's my name? Said the boy. Benjo.
Good.
Said the pencil. Good, said Benjo. Draw me a dog.
You can take your retainer if you want.
The pencil drew a dog. What's my name? Barked the dog. Right.
Bruce.
Said the pencil. Excellent.
Good.
Said Bruce. Draw me a cat. The pencil has
hated.
Said Bray.
Okay, the
The pencil hesitated. Please say, said Bruce. So then the pencil drew a cat named Mildred. And Bruce of course chased Mildred. And Benjo chased Bruce around and around the house which the pencil drew, up and down the road which the pencil drew, and in and out of the park which the pencil drew. They ran around a long time, getting hot and bothered, tired and grumpy and hungry. Draw me an apple, said Benjo. Draw me a bone, barked Bruce. Draw me a mouse. Mouse, Mildred. No, said the pencil. No mouse. All right, cat, food, and meowed Mildred. Only then we can eat this. Apple, yelled Benjo. Bone, barked Bruce. Brace.
That's a tongue twister. Barked Bruce.
Cat food, meowed Mildred. It's black and white. The pencil hesitated forward, frowned, looked thoughtful for a while and drew.
Okay, good. Okay, so what does that mark right there tell
Excitement.
you? Excitement, exclamation mark. Okay, so that was good. Let's do, you didn't bring your script, did you? Okay, we'll have to share this together because your backpack's not here. Unless I have two of them, which I don't. Okay, so The yellow ones are my part. Now we're going to read The Lion That Had Bad Breath. This is Reader's Theater script that Jackie and I picked out earlier in the week. And she's going to practice her prosody and look for words that she doesn't know, vocabulary words, which we will include in our glossary here. So you're the narrator. So you're the one that are, any of them that aren't highlighted, those are yours. Okay? So are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One morning, a fierce lion was grooming himself as he prepared for the day. His lions come to talk to him. She had something on her mind.
Okay, what do you think that word right there? Fierce. Do you know what that means? Let's write it down. Kind of excited. It means like a fierce animal is a really scary animal, a very brave, tough, dangerous animal. That's fierce. So tough. And we can always look these words up too, except that my dictionary is right there. Tough, Tough. That's another word we could include in there, because that's a Ough word. T-O-U-G-H. So when you see that, and that tough looks like T-U-F-F, or it sounds like that, these three right here, this is ta, but that's silent. Tough, okay? So fierce is tough, brave, scary, okay? Okay, now what do you think lioness is?
It's a lion, but it's
right, exactly. Okay, so here's my part. You know, lion, I've been waiting to tell you something.
Yes, my dear, what is it?
Well, it's a bit hard to say it. You see, dear, it's your breath.
My breath?
Yes, your breath. It smells bad. I mean, really bad. So bad that I can barely stand to be within 5 feet of you when you talk. You know how sensitive my nose is, dear. I really think you need to do something about your terrible breath. I'm sorry to have to tell you.
Roar, silly lions. I'm the kind of all animals. Do you think I have the time to worry about something as simple as the way my breath smells? Ha! Go on, get out of here, roar!
Good. Okay, that word right there, do you know that one?
King.
King, good. The lioness went off to gather her friends for a hunt. The lion had pretended not to care about what she had said, but he was secretly worried. So as soon as the lioness had left the den, the lion went in search of advice. And who else would the lion ask for wise advice but his 3 counselors, the sheep, the wolf, and the fox. First he called the sheep. Tell me, sheep, growled the lion, do you think my breath smells bad?
The sheep thought the lion wanted to know the truth, so she bowed down low in front of the lion and said,
Your Majesty, your breath smells terrible. In fact, it smells so bad that it's making me feel quite sick. Well, this was not what the lion had wanted to hear. Roaring angrily, he pounced on the sheep and bit her head right off. Is this me or you? Me.
Mm-hmm.
Idiot! What do you know anyway? Roar! The lion's first counselor had not given him such great advice, so he called the wolf. Tell me, wolf, growled the lion as he sharpened his claws, do you think my breath smells bad?
The wolf had seen the dead sheep on his way in, and he had no plans to end up the same way. He bowed down low in front of the lions and said, Your Majesty, Your Majesty, how can you ask me that? Your breath smells as sweet as the flower in the spring, as fresh as the...
He did not even get to finish what he was going to say. You're not telling me the truth. roared the lion and ripped the wolf to pieces.
By this point, the lion was really in a bad mood. His first two counselors hasn't helped him at all. At last, the lion called the fox.
The fox came cautiously. She'd seen the dead sheep and the dead wolf on the way. Tell me, fox.
Growled the lion, sharpening his claws and yawning widely. So that the fox could see his long, sharp teeth.
Do you think my breath smells bad?
The fox coughed. Sniffed. Sneezed.
Achoo!
And blew her nose. Then she cleared her throat noisily and said in a hoarse whisper,
Your Majesty, please forgive me. I have such a nasty cold that I cannot smell a thing. The end. That was very good. Well done. I thought you used a lot of passion in your voice, and that was excellent. Okay, so now we've done that. We're going to do a little bit of word sort, and I know that it's not your favorite thing, but we're going to do it anyway. So the first thing we're going to do, yeah, you can just put your teeth back in for that. Is start across the top and read this. These are short U sounds, so that's the sound, and this is the O and the A, but you only hear the O in it. The A is just secondary, okay?
Shrug, boat, smug, coat, must, but, tug, plug, float.
Remember, what's that sound again?
Float, boat, tow, bout.
Okay, no, same thing, same OA sound. Same, just the same as this.
Bout.
So,
moat.
Yep, moat, exactly.
Toe.
Good.
Clock.
Okay, same thing,
Cloak.
OA. Cloak.
Look. Touch. Butter. Plug. Hush.
Hutch.
Bar.
Bore.
Bore.
So that one, this is an oddball here, and we'll deal with that in a minute. Okay.
Approach.
Approach. Same
Oh.
thing. Blah. Blah. Oat.
Bloat. Coat.
Yep. Good. Okay. Are there any of these words on here that you don't know the meaning of? So remember we talked about shrug yesterday. What was shrug?
Shrugged.
Yeah. Like whatever, right? I don't care. You know what that is? Boat. Smug is when somebody, say like, you got in trouble for doing something and your sister said, you're going to get in trouble for that, Jackie. And you said, no, I'm not. And then you got in trouble for it. And then she gave you that look like, I told you so. That's smug.
Yeah.
You know that look, smug. Okay? You know coat, must, but. We've done all those. Tug, plug. You know what a plug is?
When you plug your phone.
Of course you know what a plug is. What am I saying? Okay, what about float?
Let's go with the flow.
No, that's flow. Same idea. But float, see, write that down. Let's write it down in your book. Float, what do boats do?
When you go to the water.
Right.
And then like you go
float.
stay up.
But it sounds like flow, right?
Let's go with the flow.
Flow, do you know how to spell flow?
No.
It's the same kind of sound, but it's two different, it's a different ending. And we'll spell it in our, we're going to make words here in a second, and we'll do that. All right. What about moat? We think we wrote that in our book. Moat. But that's an old-fashioned thing. The water around a castle where the crocodiles live.
Oh yeah.
So that the bad guys couldn't get in.
Kind of lame.
What about a tote? Or tote, to tote something.
Tote, never heard it.
So tote, let's write this down. Okay, float is what you do in the water, right? Or a boat does.
Thing. You do.
Good.
Water.
Water. Tote, write this one down as well, please, because you may need it. Tote is when you carry something. So I tote my purse around, I tote my kid around. Or it's when you carry something, or it can be like a purse, like a bag. Like when you go to the grocery store, those buy, a backpack's kind of a tote, yeah, because it carries stuff, you know, that's a tote. Yep, that's when you tote something. But it's a funny English word that can actually be a noun or a verb. You can tote something or you can own a tote. Okay? What about a cloak?
Cloak, never heard.
Cloak is something you wear over your shoulders. If I had a long kind of blanket thing in the old days, they would wear a cloak. And it keeps you warm, but it doesn't really have any pockets.
When you go to bed.
When you go to bed?
Yeah, like some people when they go to bed with their pajama, they have like those clothes.
You mean like those blankets with that you put over your head? What are those things? Snuggies. That's what it's like. That's what a cloak is a snuggie. Okay, we know touch, butter. Yeah, put snuggie.
When cold.
When you're cold, that's right. That's what a cloak is for. Pluck, you know what pluck is?
Pluck.
Okay, that's a good word to know too.
Pluck.
Pluck is if I plucked feathers out of a bird. That's plucking. If you pluck your eyebrows with tweezers, which I do all the time, pluck. So you pluck something. So you pick it out. You pull or you pick something out, right?
CK, right?
CK, see, it's right there. What happens if I take that P off of there? What word is that?
Luck.
Luck. Do you know what luck is?
Good luck.
When good things happen to you. If you have luck, good things happen to you.
Never happened to me.
You've never had good luck? Really?
Yeah.
I have.
Like how?
I met my husband. That was good luck. I had my great kids. I feel like I'm lucky there.
You own kids?
What's that?
Your daughter?
Yeah, my daughter and my son. I have my health, right? Dr. Wright, we have our health. Okay, let's keep going. Hutch. Do you know what a hutch is? It's kind of a weird old-fashioned word.
Hush.
No, that's H. So that's H-U-S-H. That's a different ending. But a hutch, why don't you put that, no, you know, don't copy that one down. You're never going to use that. But hutch is like a cabinet that you put in the corner of your dining room and you put glasses and silverware and stuff in there.
Never saw that.
I know, that's because I know they don't. Okay, board, you know what that is?
A board game.
No, that's, so that, you're close. If you added the D, then it would be a board game.
Board.
But a boar like that is a big male pig. It's a big wild pig.
Oh.
You won't probably encounter those very often. Approach.
Approach, I heard about it.
Do you know that word?
Means.
Write that down. That's a good one to know.
Approach.
You know what it means to approach somebody?
Doing a cork means that like encourage them to do it.
That's close. I like the use of that word. But when you approach someone, if you're standing over in the library and I see you across and I go, hey, Jackie, and I walk over to you, I approach you. Okay?
Oh, say
so
hi.
That means hi, and then walk over. So approach is physically walking towards somebody, okay? So come toward somebody, walk toward somebody, walk to somebody.
Walk has 2 L's.
1 L. And do you know what the last letter is in walk?
CK.
Just K, no CK.
Walk.
Okay. Walk to someone.
To a stranger.
Well, hopefully you're not going up to strangers.
Some
Some person, a friend,
Someone.
someone. Okay, what's on the end of one?
E.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay, bloat. What happens with a bloat? These are kind of hard words.
Yeah.
They fill up with water and it gets bloated.
And then they explode.
Right, exactly, because it's too much. And then coach. You know what a coach is?
Yeah.
Okay, you're right, you've
Yeah.
had those. All right, so let's do, now that I know that you can say them, you can read them, let's categorize them.
Sometimes coach can be scary.
Yeah, it's true. Huh, I wonder if this is, oh, did I add some other words in here too? I did. Well, we're just gonna try it anyway and see. I added some IGH words in here too. So take those apart and let's sort them into categories, okay? You can do it. I know you do, but that's all right. You can do it.
What?
Nothing.
The faster way.
Is that the faster way?
Kind
Okay.
of.
Right. Okay, so thinking about those sounds that we just said.
Okay.
All right, ready? Okay.
Boat.
Boat. Okay, so let's put that in one category, right?
Night.
We didn't do night, but we can. What's that one?
Touch.
Do you think that goes under boat? Does that sound like that?
No.
Okay. So let's put that somewhere else.
High. I want high, hope for you. There.
Yeah, there you go. Good.
Night high.
Same sound. What do you think these two, do these two letters here make a sound? G and H?
No.
No, the I is the dominant vowel in there.
Hush.
Hutch. Does that sound like touch? Does to me.
Yes. Totally.
Even though it's not spelled the same way, it sounds the same way, right?
Boat. Moat.
Perfect.
Strug. Name.
Touch, hutch, shrug. Is that the same sound?
No.
Okay, then give it its own category.
Must.
Does that sound like hutch or touch? It doesn't have to have the same ending. It can have the same middle sound. There you go.
Die.
Where does that go? Perfect.
Mug.
Same, we're looking for the sound here. Does that go with thigh? Do mug and thigh sound the same?
Kind of. Or here.
There you go.
Shrug,
Mug and shrug.
Tote.
Perfect.
Plug.
Same sound.
Pug.
Perfect. Good.
Bright. Right. Fight.
Yep.
That was
Okay,
fun.
good. Yeah, see? Everything can be fun if you make it fun. Leave it to me. Okay, so now what I would like you to do is pick out 3 of these words and then write a sentence with them. And you can even, rely to some degree on our little dictionary, our glossary here. You could take that one, because we defined all these, so now you know what they mean and you could write a sentence with them. Okay? Up to you. Whichever one you want to use. Just write me a short sentence with each so I know that you know how to use them.
Bright touch.
Okay? All right, write me 2 sentences, please, and then read them out loud.
Okay. The
The sun is so bright today. Perfect. My mom likes to touch me. Nice. Okay. So like put her arm around you and stuff and tell you how much she loves you. That's nice. Awesome.
Or like, she does my hair in the morning when I have to go to school.
She does? My gosh, I wish your mom would do my hair in the morning. That's fantastic. That's a good mom. Okay, good. All right. So I know I've gone over my time, Dr. Wright. I just want to do one more thing with Jackie that I want you to watch. And if you need to go and take care of Adele, it's okay. But we're going to do something called making words. Have you done this before, Jackie?
Oh.
It's super fun. So we're going to use some of these words that we just sorted in the word sort and make words out of them. So what I'm going to ask you to do, Jackie, is I'm going to pick out these are my beginning consonants. Mm-hmm. So the whole idea behind this folder is that we take letter beginning sounds and ending sounds and then we make words out of them. And so what we can do is we could take, say for instance, we took H. I'll just show you an example. You want to do horse? We can totally do horse. So how do we spell horse?
H-O-R.
Mm-hmm. Okay, R. And they're nice because you just have your little word made right there. H-O-R. What's the next letter in horse?
E-S.
Close. If you just...
S-E.
S-E. Exactly. Horse. Okay. Something Jackie and I both like very much are horses. Okay. So horse. So that's the way you make words. It's as simple as that. But what I'm going to do to provide you a little bit of guidance is to start some beginning sounds, and then you can finish them by making words out of them. And I'll tell you what word I want you to make. And then you use these letters, these individual letters, to make them. All right? So the first word I'm going to make is this one. And this is kind of a hard one. S-I. Can you make sigh? Remember we talked about sigh yesterday when you go... And it sounds like some of the other words that are in here. Mm-hmm. Thigh and night and fight. What do you think the two next letters would be? And remember they don't make any sound. It's just these two letters that you hear. They're two silent letters together.
G-H.
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 Mm-hmm. So you can take the G right there.
G.
There you go. Now, what word would we make if we took a T and put it on the end of here?
Sight.
Sight, exactly. Mm-hmm. Now, if we took the S off, what could we replace this one? What letters could we put in front of this to make another word?
Chite.
Chite? Is that a word? That's a new word to me, but let's think about it. Look at all of our letters that we have here that would work with ite.
Fight.
Fight, exactly. Okay, perfect. I like it. What are any other words that you can think of that could go with the IGHT?
Bite.
Bite? Well, bite is another word, but it's not spelled like that. Do you know how bite likes to bite something? Do you know how that's spelled?
No.
Okay, so what do you think? So if you started bite, what would be the first letter? B. And then
T.
T. And then what? Yeah. Exactly. Bite. Perfect. Okay, but what's another word that we could do here?
White.
White. Oh, except it's not spelled like this, unfortunately.
Or, quite.
Quite. Also not spelled like this, but I like how you're thinking.
Ite.
No. What letter is that? J, K.
L. Light.
Light.
Kite.
Kite also. Kite is spelled just like that. Put that one down there. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Let's take the T off and make some other words that we did just a little bit ago with this. So remember there aren't a lot of words that go with this, but there is one that was in a story that I wrote that I had you read the other day. And this is a hard one. But you could actually take one of these digraphs and put it in front of here and it would work. Do any of those make sense in front of this?
Shy.
Shy? Well, shy is a word too. You have a lot of words. They're just not the total right letter
They're
combination.
random.
They are random. How about that one?
Lit. It.
No, not for this one. What about this one?
It.
No, just I. This is just I. Remember? So what if we put this one in front of it? Except I can't get it off of here. What word does that make?
Thigh.
Thigh, exactly. So can you see how awesome this little tool is, that you can make so many different neat words out of here? I think it's really awesome anyway. All right, we're going to let Dr. Wright go because she has to go and hang out with her
Bye.
baby. Bye. We'll see you soon.